Is there a crisis on the southern U.S. border? I'm Adrienne Pedersen, today on Up Front. Republican Senator Ron Johnson on his trip to the border.
So this is completely out of control.
Next, what he saw, how it changed his thinking, and what he says should be done about it. Plus, this Easter Sunday, the resurrection at Trinity.
Rise from the ashes. That's kind of been our theme.
The historic church rebuilding nearly a year after it went up in flames, and the advice for grieving Parisians after the Notre Dame Cathedral fire. And the city of Milwaukee looking to cash in on hemp. Why city leaders say past drug convictions shouldn't stop people from hemp-related opportunities.
Taking on the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Up Front with your host, Adrienne Pedersen.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Adrienne Pedersen, and this is Up Front. Republican U.S. Senator Ron Johnson just got back from a trip to the southern U.S. border. He's calling the influx of migrants from Central America a humanitarian and national security crisis. He visited the El Paso sector Monday and Tuesday of last week, talked with Customs and Border Patrol officials, and observed the situation on the ground. The chairman of the Senate Homeland Security Committee joins us now. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here. Good morning.
So you go on this trip, just getting back. Have your thoughts changed on what's going on at the border after what you've seen?
Well, I've been down at the border multiple times. This is really the first time since the family crisis has exploded this year. And I've always referred to this as a humanitarian crisis, just as President Obama did in 2014 when we had 120,000 unaccompanied children, members of family units cross the border illegally. The first 6 months of this year is already up to 240,000. But I'm changing my terminology because when you go down to the border, we're not really, I guess you can call it apprehending, but they're turning themselves in. They've crossed the Rio Grande. Their feet aren't even wet because in El Paso it's just a trickle. The human traffickers who are a well-organized group of folks making hundreds of millions of dollars off these individuals from Central America. It's a process. It takes them about 20 days. They're being driven up by buses. And Customs and Border Protection are basically been turned into a mere speed bump in this path toward permanent residency, because the people that we're greeting, they're relaxed. They're certainly not afraid of Customs and Border Protection. They have no reason to, because they're treated incredibly humanely with limited resources. But it's just a couple days, and they're going to be in the interior of America pretty much home free. And nobody's really keeping track of where all these people are going. And it's a growing crisis. Last month, about 65,000 were added to that total. So nobody really knows. The more that come in, the more that report back. The system works. The smugglers are basically using our border enforcement people as just part of their trafficking process. It's a very sad situation.
You're changing terminology. You are switching it to only a national security crisis and not a humanitarian crisis?
It's because these people are treated with such humanity. They're just a couple of days from being joined with relatives that sometimes came in here from the Central American wars back in the 80s. They already have jobs. Only 15% have a valid asylum claim. So they're not coming into the country under great distress. They're pretty well dressed. They're clean. Now some of them certainly have diseases. Some of them are sick because they're being held together in stash houses. I'm not saying this is like a Viking tour guide or anything, but this is a very well organized process. And once they come into America, because of our laws, because of our legal loopholes, they're going to be able to stay. And they realize that within a few days, and that's all it is, it takes a couple of days, probably 5 or 6 at most, before they're on a bus or a plane to one of their relatives or some place in America, someplace maybe near you.
So it's not a humanitarian crisis?
It really isn't. This is a well-organized effort.
Why is it a national security crisis?
Well, because, for example, in El Paso, they patrol about 11 miles of the border. Normally, they'd have 28 agents at all times on that border. Frequently, they only have 2, because the other 26 members of that shift are processing, on average, about 700 people a day is what their average is right now. And so they don't have facilities for it, so there's no doubt about it. There's crowding. You wouldn't want to be held overnight, but they're basically being held overnight in one Border Patrol processing center. Then they're sent to another processing center. Then they're brought back. Then they're turned over to ICE, and then ICE finally turns them over to some non-governmental unit, often churches. And it's those churches then that help buy bus tickets, help them connect with family members, and disperse them throughout America. And again, nobody's keeping track of that. So 900,000 people since 2012, and we really don't We haven't kept real good tabs on them. They're given a notice to appear. A very high percentage have never appeared to their court hearings.
And you're saying that's dangerous?
Sure, it's dangerous because, first of all, we don't know who's coming in. We really don't. We don't have enough time to really vet them. When they bring over, and in 2 hours, I saw one group of 72, probably close to 200 people in just 2 hours on Monday night. When they're consuming all that law enforcement time, now they're opening up gaps in the border where they can bring higher value trafficking targets. There is an increase in special interest aliens from countries that we would consider dangerous. The drug trafficking, the list of diseases that they're detecting, that they're trying to treat, should concern Americans.
Did you get to talk to any of the people?
Absolutely. I don't speak Spanish, but I had interpreters, and again, they're very calm. They know exactly where they're going. They're talking about an uncle that has a job for them in some kind of engineering process, or most people know somebody. They're going to go to visit that relative, and a lot of them already have a job. And by the way, when they make an asylum claim in 6 months, we actually issue them a work permit as well. So again, they come this 79%, by the way, are being reunited with a family member that also is without status in America, also living in the shadows. So this is completely out of control. A sovereign nation has to control its borders. Ours is completely out of control.
What did the Border Patrol agents tell you? What do they want to see different, if anything?
Well, they would like to stop the flow, and they know how to do it. Back in 2005, Michael Chertoff, we experienced a huge surge of Brazilians, far smaller than this problem, but 31,000 came in 2005. Michael Chertoff, as Secretary of Homeland Security, instituted a process of expedited removal back to Brazil. It was called Texas Hold'em. Within a month, the flow was reduced by 60%. Within 2 months, reduced by 90%. The following year, it had been 31,000. It was 1,400. So we need a consequence. We need, first of all, only 15% have a valid asylum claim. So let's have that initial determination far more accurate, make that determination much faster but fair, and have it be final. So if you don't have a valid asylum claim, we have to remove you. When you start sending back people that have spent $6,000 to $8,000, almost a year's salary in Central America, back to Central America, people aren't going to risk it. You'll see a dramatic drop-off of this flow, which should be the achievable goal of our policy.
And what do you think about the president considering sending immigrants to sanctuary cities, and what could that mean for Wisconsin?
Well, first of all, I think he's just making a political point.
So you don't think that would ever happen?
What I want to do is I want to fix this problem. I want to reduce the flow of people coming to this country illegally. I want to turn that into a legal process. Listen, America is an incredibly compassionate country. We grant permanent legal residencies to 1.1 million people per year. Now, we need to convert that to grant that residency to people that have a job. Right now, it's probably less than 10%. Canada, in their program, 60% have a job. So we have to convert our system to a more merit-based system. But right now, one of our problems in Wisconsin, we don't have enough workers, but it has to be a legal process.
What about closing the border?
It's people coming in this country illegally, living in the shadows that depress wages. They're the ones that can be abused by the employers. So it has to be a legal process.
What about closing the border?
Well, that won't happen. It'd be a self-inflicted wound. There's so much commerce that moves back and forth. We'd be shutting down manufacturing in America as well. So this is a very fixable problem, but Congress has to do this. The ball's in Congress's court. We have to change these laws so we give CBP the ability to enforce, to determine whether it's a valid asylum claim or not, and if it's not, to remove those people back to their home country.
The Department of Homeland Security leadership is up in the air right now. Does that concern you, especially after everything you've seen at the border?
Listen, I would like stable leadership, but I've got a great deal of confidence in former CBP Commissioner McAleenan. He's the acting secretary. He's already filling these posts. DHS has about 240,000 people, a lot of very capable people that are filling those positions. So basically the president's allowing the acting commissioner to fill those posts. So I'm concerned, but I'm not panicked.
Switching gears a little bit, I know in the past you said you would retire after this term, but then I heard an interview with you recently where it sounded like you might be reconsidering that.
No, my intention was second and final term, but I have said this was not the reality I thought I'd face. I really thought Scott Walker would be reelected. Again, you never say never, but right now what I'm concentrating on is the next 2 years establishing a grassroots juggernaut. I think we proved the concept with Judge Hagedorn. Nobody thought Judge Hagedorn was going to win, but when I kind of became the titular head of the party, we focused immediately on the grassroots, energized the county chairs, energized other individuals that had social connections, and that's really what I'm focusing on the next couple of years. 2022 is long-term in the future.
What would need to happen, though, for you to run again in 2022?
Again, my intention is to have this be my final term. That's what I'd like to see.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
President Trump will return to Green Bay. He plans a rally next Saturday at the Rush Center. The president's campaign says it will be the 18th rally he's held in Wisconsin and his third in Green Bay since he started his run for president in 2015. Later on Up Front, Wisconsin Democratic lawmakers trying again for full legalization of marijuana. We'll look at how public attitudes are changing, but what's still standing in the way. But first, international mourning as the world watched fire tear through the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. On this Easter Sunday, we'll check in on the rebuilding of a historic Milwaukee church gutted by fire. When we return, our story about rising from the ashes.
And a lot of people questioned, oh, you're actually going to rebuild? You bet we are.
Up Front, brought to you by the American Transmission Company.